Are we actually awake right now, or is this some kind of extended agonizing nightmare? I need every single fan of the Indiana Fever, every supporter of CaitlinClark, and anyone who actually cares about the integrity of professional basketball to listen to me very closely. What we just witnessed was not a simple basketball game. It was a complete, intentional, and disgusting sabotage of a generational talent. The Indiana Fever did not just lose to the Portland Fire, they were utterly humiliated. They gave up the first 100-point game in the entire franchise history of an expansion team. They were down by 25, nearly 30 points to a team that barely existed a few months ago. This team is complete garbage right now, and there is only one person to blame. Stephanie White needs to be fired. Not next week, not at the end of the season. She needs to be fired right now. Pack your bags, hand in your playbook, and get the hell out of Indianapolis. Let me break down exactly why this is not just bad coaching, but straight up undeniable sabotage. Let us look at the very beginning of the game. The first quarter starts and the Indiana Fever actually looked good. For the first 2 and 1/2 minutes, CaitlinClark is locked in. She has 2 points, 3 assists, and a rebound. She is distributing the basketball. The pace is fast, and the Fever are leading the game 8-4. We go to a commercial break feeling great, but when we come out of the commercial break, where is CaitlinClark? She is sitting on the bench.
This team is trash. I sat there. We've sat here. The Indiana Fever, this started from the first quarter. In the first 2.5 minutes of the game, CaitlinClark has 2 points, 3 assists, and a rebound. We off and rolling. We up 8-4. We come out of commercial break. Where the hell is CaitlinClark at? CaitlinClark got put on the bench with 6.5 minutes left in the first freaking quarter. You have got to be kidding me, Stephanie White. Why is she coming out the first?
With 6 and 1/2 minutes left in the very first quarter, Stephanie White pulls her superstar off the floor. Why? She cannot even get warm. You have a player who requires rhythm. You have the lead. She is producing and you snatch her out of the game. When Caitlin finally came back into the game, the Fever were down 17-10. They went from being up by 4 points to being down by 7. That is an 11-point negative swing, entirely manufactured by the head coach's horrific rotation. You took away all the momentum, you handed it directly to the Portland Fire, and you ensured that CaitlinClark would be completely cold for the rest of the night. From that exact moment in the first quarter, this game turned into an absolute clown show, a total disaster. CaitlinClark finished with 6 points on 1 of 7 shooting. But how can I even sit here and demand that Caitlin play better when her own head coach is actively working against her?
Stephanie White didn't run a single play for CaitlinClark the whole game. Not a single play for her to get a catch and shoot 3 going left. Nothing. She ran nothing for her. This is sabotaging, yo. This is sabotage. We are watching it. It's right here in our face. We're watching it right here in our face. Lynn Dunn, get your ass up out of here. I don't trust none of y'all. I don't trust none of y'all. As far as I'm concerned, everybody can go. Yo, CaitlinClark, when are you?
Stephanie White did not run a single solitary play for CaitlinClark the entire. Not one. There were no off-ball screens to get her a catch-and-shoot 3. There were no actions designed to free her up going to her left hand. Nothing. It was just chaotic, unstructured garbage. You cannot convince me that a professional head coach is naturally this incompetent. This has to be intentional. This is coaching malpractice at the highest possible level. And because of this absolute void of leadership, the entire team looked completely lost. Let us talk about Aaliyah Boston. The $1.4 million foundational piece of this franchise, Aaliyah Boston got absolutely totally dominated by Megan Gustafson. Megan Gustafson averages 9 points a game, yet she walked onto the court and dropped 22 points on perfect 8 of 8 shooting. She did not miss a single shot from the floor. Meanwhile, Aaliyah Boston is out here driving into the lane with her eyes closed, throwing up layups that literally hit the top of the backboard and get stuck.
Boston got absolutely dominated by Meg Gustafson. Meg Gustafson averaged 9 points a game. You got dominated by her. Dominated. Kelsey Mitchell, you went in the lane and threw up a layup that hit the top of the backboard and got stuck? What? You threw up a layup, eyes closed. That shit hit the top of the backboard and got stuck? $1.4 million? Aaliyah Boston, I don't care what your final numbers was, 18 points.
I do not care that Aaliyah Boston finished with 18 points. Those were empty, meaningless garbage time statistics. When the game actually mattered, she was completely outplayed by a role player. And when the Fever desperately needed a fast break, simple 2-on-1 advantage with Tasha Harris and Michaela Timpson somehow devolved into Aaliyah Boston shooting a trail three-pointer from the top of the key that violently bricked off the backboard. It is unwatchable. And what about Kelsey Mitchell? She went out there playing completely selfish basketball, driving blindly into traffic and refusing to pass the ball. What about Monique Billings, the front office's biggest, most hyped signing the offseason? She played a pathetic 8 minutes, scored absolutely 0 points, grabbed 1 rebound, and looked completely unplayable in a regular season WNBA game. This entire organization is rotten from the top down.
Stephanie White, you can't be this dumb. You bozo clown. You cannot be this dumb to where you think this is smart. This has to be intentional. I don't think it's possible for someone to be as stupid as Stephanie White appears to be right now. So I'm assuming this has to be intentionally done. This has to be sabotage. Everybody need to be fired. Stephanie White, your ass can go. Lynn Dunn, your old ass can go. Kelly.
Amber Cox, Lynn Dunn, Kelly, all of them need to pack their bags and go. You completely dropped the ball in free agency. You built a mismatch roster with 0 interior defense, and you hired a head coach who is actively sabotaging the greatest prospect this sport has ever seen. The Portland Fire came in and completely embarrassed this franchise. Emily Inksler dropped 16 points and 10 rebounds. Carla Lake completely dominated the point guard matchup, destroying the Fever with 18 points and 12 assists on 6 of 12 shooting. Sarah Ashley Barker hit 3-point bombs and added 15 points. They looked like a well-oiled machine. And the Indiana Fever looked like a rec league team that just met each other in the parking lot.
This is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. I can't. I mean, Emily Inksler, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Meg Gustafson shot 8 of 8. The girl didn't miss a damn shot. 8 of 8 from the floor. She had 22 points. Carla Lake dominated at the point guard spot. Outplayed CaitlinClark. Even though CaitlinClark was sitting on the bench majority of the game because Stephanie White and then foul trouble. Carla Lett, she had 18 points and 12 assists, 6 of 12 shooting. She dominated at the point guard position. Sarah Ashley Barker, who I love, 15 points, 3 of 9 shooting from 3, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. We got the dog shit beat out of us, man. I'm sorry for the language. I try not to curse in my videos too much, but this is embarrassing, bro. This is disgusting. This team is garbage. This front office.
I am going to say something that might make a lot of people angry, but I do not care anymore. I love CaitlinClark. I want her to dominate, score 30 points a night, and win the most valuable player award she deserves. But as of right now, I am completely done rooting for the Indiana Fever to actually win games. Why should we root for them to win? Just so Stephanie White can get more job security? Just so the front office can pretend everything is fine? No, I am rooting for CaitlinClark to drop a masterclass every single night. And I am rooting for the opposing team to blow the Fever out of the building. I want the Atlanta Dream to absolutely destroy them next week. I want the losses to pile up so high that the ownership group has absolutely no choice but to step in and fire Stephanie White immediately. I do not care how it happens. I just want her gone. And honestly, CaitlinClark needs to put her foot down. She needs to walk into that front office, slam her fist on the table, and demand a trade. Get her out of this toxic environment. Send her to Toronto to play for Sandy Brondello. Send her anywhere that actually understands how to run a professional basketball offense. I am sick to my stomach watching this franchise waste a generational talent. I want to hear from every single one of you in the comments right now. Is this intentional sabotage by Stephanie White? Or is she just the worst coach in the league? Should CaitlinClark demand a trade immediately? Let all your anger out down below. Make sure you hit that like button, smash the subscribe button because we are not holding anything back this season, and ring that notification bell. This is WNBA.